Hi, I'm Trish. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are making white chicken chili. This is a perfect dish for a Tuesday night. It does require quite a few ingredients, so if you want to hit pause and get a piece of paper and a pen to write this down, this is a good time to do it. Getting started. What we're going to need is a large stock pot. We'll need some olive oil, onion, celery, carrot. You'll want to use chicken. I use a fake chicken called unmeat. You buy this at Walmart. I'm also going to use a can of green chilies, 2 cans of cannellini beans. I'm going to use 3/4 of a cup of sour cream. You can use regular. I like the taste of the Mexican sour cream. You'll want to have 4 cups of either chicken broth or vegetable broth. You're going to need a couple cloves of minced garlic, 1.5 teaspoons of cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. You'll need 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, 1/2 teaspoon of coriander, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne, and 1/4 teaspoon of dry mustard. It is a little labor intensive, but the result is so worth it. To get started, we are going to heat some olive oil over the stove in our stock pot. We're going to add our onions and our garlic. So let's get started. We've given our onions and our garlic a head start in the olive oil. We'll stir those around. The onions are starting to become translucent. That's what we want. We'll let those cook down for about another 2 minutes, and then we're going to add our spices. Now that the onions are translucent, we are going to add our spices. I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons of cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, add 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, 1/2 teaspoon of coriander, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne, and 1/4 teaspoon of dry mustard. It's important to add these to the warm oil before we add any broth. Cooking the spices in the oil helps to really wake up the flavor and make it come alive. I strongly encourage you to do these in exactly this order. It does make a subtle difference, but it's an important difference nonetheless. Now we've combined these, and we just need to give it like a minute or 2 head start. And next I'm going to add our vegetables. I'm adding the carrot, the celery, and we will stir those and combine it with the spices. Next, we're going to add our chicken or fake chicken, whichever you've decided to use. I'm going to add both cans of beans. I have drained and rinsed these beans in water. Let's pull the chicken and the spices and the onion and the garlic up through there. Oh, that's so beautiful. And it smells really, really delicious. The second to last step is for us to add either chicken broth or vegetable broth. Now I use fake chicken. This has sour cream in it. If you prefer to keep kosher, you can use fake chicken as well. If you're keeping kosher, you can't use regular chicken and sour cream together. If you're opposed to using pretend meat, you can also leave that out. It's plenty nutritious with only the beans and the vegetables. So those are a couple of variations that would work really well for you. I am going to let this simmer on low heat for 30 minutes. Our white chicken chili has been simmering for about 30 minutes while I did some chores. It's almost ready to plate. We just need to add 2 more ingredients. We're going to add a can of diced green chilies, and we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of sour cream. If you're vegan, you can of course use vegan sour cream or leave it out altogether. Either option is fine. We're going to let this cook for another 5 minutes while I get the bowls and plate this. Our beautiful pot of white chicken chili is finished and it's ready to serve. I like to put a piece of crusty bread with this, or sometimes the cheddar bay biscuits are a really good side for this. The original recipe doesn't call for celery, but I like extra vegetables. You can add whatever suits you. Make it your own. I'm going to put a little sprinkle of parsley on top. Make it a little bit extra. And because I like my food to be warm, I'm going to add a sprinkle of cayenne pepper. There we go. That is perfect. Just exactly what we need to warm up on a cold winter day. I hope you make this and I hope you love it. Bon appetit!